To succeed as a real estate investor, you need to be able to analyze potential investments. So, what are the real estate numbers that you must be aware of? Here, we will go over the 7 numbers you need for analyzing investments. There is a lot of real estate data that you will need to collect and analyze before making an investment. However, the following 7 are some of the most important. Number 1, property price. You probably have a budget set, and even then, you will be on the hunt for a good deal that will save you money. The property price is also used to know many other important metrics, such as fair market value and appreciation, as well as some of the other real estate numbers we're going to see here. Number 2, rental income. The profit you earn from real estate investing will depend heavily on your rental income. As you likely know, gross rental income is simply the rent payments you receive from tenants. The time of payments is based on both the lease agreement and the rental property type. Traditional long-term rentals, for example, earn rent on a monthly basis. A short-term rental lease, such as for an Airbnb, usually mandates nightly or weekly payments. The amount will depend on the real estate market where the rental property is located, demand for rentals, the property type and strategy, as well as general economic trends. Price to rent ratio, also known as PR. As you can tell from its name, this metric is calculated using the property price and rental income data. The price to rent ratio indicates whether it is more affordable to buy or rent a property in a specific location. A low price to rent ratio between 1 to 15 means it is more financially sound to buy a property than to rent one. When PR is moderate, between 16 to 20, it is usually more affordable to rent a property rather than to purchase one. A high PR above 21 means it is much better to rent than purchase a property. The ranges are obviously relevant to the average resident of a housing market. They are, however, also significant to a real estate investor. Areas with moderate to high PR, for instance, will enjoy higher rental demand and are those better places to invest in. Rental property cash flow. While rental income is a beneficial metric, it doesn't give the full picture of a rental property profitability. Gross rental income doesn't, for example, take rental expenses into account. Luckily, there is a metric that does just that. It is cash flow. Here is how rental property cash flow is calculated. As the difference between rental income and rental expenses, not operating expenses, which exclude financing costs. Cash flow can be calculated on a weekly, monthly, or yearly basis. Rental property cash flow can either be positive or negative. Positive cash flow represents a net profit or a net positive difference between income and expenses. The opposite is negative rental property cash flow. This occurs when a property's expenses outweigh its income, yielding a net loss. Cap rate. While rental property cash flow paints a more accurate picture of profit than rental income, it shouldn't be used in isolation. The cash flow's main limitation is that it doesn't showcase profit related to the property's price or value. To do that, we use what is known as return on investment metric, or ROI. One of the most essential real estate numbers of this kind is the cap rate, short for capitalization rate. Here is the formula. The cap rate depends on 2 variables. The first is net operating income, which is the difference between rental income and operating expenses. The second is fair market value, or the current value of an investment property for sale. The cap rate measures ROI regardless of property financing. As a result, this rental property ratio is an excellent way to quickly compare multiple properties during an investment property analysis. Cash on cash return. Similar to the cap rate, cash on cash return is also one of the most useful real estate numbers that represent return on investment, or ROI. The main difference between the two is that the cash on cash return includes financing costs in its profitability estimation. It is mainly used to measure the current performance of a rented property. Here is how it's calculated. The first number needed to calculate the cash on cash return is the annual pre-tax cash flow, or the yearly cash flow before taxes. It is the difference between the investment property's net operating income and debt service. Debt service refers to financing costs such as mortgage principal and interest payments. The second of the real estate numbers needed to find the cash on cash return is the total cash invested. Instead of using a property's total price or value, cash on cash return focuses on the actual amount of cash invested in the property, including any borrowed money. Airbnb occupancy rate. The last of the real estate numbers is the Airbnb occupancy rate. This number is important if you are looking to invest in Airbnb. It is the ratio of the time a short-term rental property is occupied to the time it is available for rent. Airbnb occupancy rate depends on location, seasonal trends, and available nights. If you like more information about it, let us know so we can guide you through the process. And don't forget to check our blog at hartley.com/blog.